Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? Okay, Fawnhallow is a bit too long. A word to be double clacking. I can't even speak. Double clapping in between. But yeah. What are we gonna vibe with? I don't know. It's gonna be in D&D in T-minus 40 minutes or so. I'm not really sure what's going to happen in this episode, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's kind of on the epilogue, the cooldown after the big fight, the big arc, big lore drop, and that sort of thing, and kind of the next hook. And I don't know. Well, we'll get into it. Hello, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow at 6:24 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. Like, we're probably going to do some things which are going to wrap up, winding down, whatever, you know, this arc. And I do have a planned direction for that next arc. I don't know if necessarily it'll be this one or that one. There's basically kind of two options for what we want to explore. But we don't have to make a decision now. We're kind of on like a cooldown sort of arc, and we're gonna have like a mini beat in between. Is the plan. Where we'll have like a mini sort of carefree adventure. Is my expectation, but whether I actually get around to it, I mean, probably won't be this. The session is, I'm imagining there's going to be a lot of roleplay and discussion, but yeah, that peel back the DM layers is my current plan. If that's what happens, I don't know, because that's why I'm not sure what's going to happen in this session. It's going to be very much up to them how they decide. I'm going to lay it out before them, being like, these are the different threads which you can look into. You can have optionally going on this mini interlude quest. You can take this quest further. You can take the main quest further by either going to one of two different areas. Probably. I guess you could do one of three areas, but that might be a bit weirdo. Well, one of two different areas, and then seeing what manifests from that. But yeah, I think probably what we'll do is I'll probably do an interlude quest, because it's going to be something which is like, oh, they'll be like, yeah, this was something which was put on the back burner for a bit, but now we can actually resume, mainly because they were waiting for an NPC to basically reach out to them about it. And lo and behold, the NPC is now ready. Is that because of some internal clock system I put on? No, I'm gonna 100% be on sort of I was going to say facade, but fake ape, that's it. But no, this is me as a DM and deciding when the NPC's ready, when the next story beat should come in. I'm not going to crowd them with like too many story beats, you know. That'll be, you know, anti-player, to be honest, if anything. Yes. We're going to get to go and put stuff away. I started recording. Was that yesterday or was that the day before? I think it was yesterday. The next puzzle game. That I'm playing. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. It's I would say, because like originally I was planning for it to be Void Stranger, but then I ended up not doing Void Stranger. I ended up doing Isles of Sea and Sky instead. Mainly because if I did Void Stranger, then I'd have two black and white thumbnail arts for this entire series, and they both the games I'm planning to play will have like similar lengths, and I was like, that seems like bad. Let's have a distinction between thumbnail arts. Let's not have a repeat of 9 Souls plus Fall of Paradise. Fall of Porcupine, where we have orange and yellow, and then Lorelei were also reasonably red coloured. Thumbnail art. I want some distinction between them. So Void Stranger, I'm sorry, you're being put on hold. Isles of Sea and Sky, you got brought up as the resident puzzle game. But in Stars and Time is still going on. But yeah, I started playing it. It's quite nice. Like it's fun to go back to just like a raw puzzle game. Like, here's the puzzle, figure it out. there's more to a game that's going on than I think at first blush. Obviously I'm less than an hour in, so it's not really a block for me to discover at this point, so who knows, that's what I'd say. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say. I should think of a discussion thread. See, it's a lot harder. Normally on these days of D&D days, I rely on the fact that I play D&D to be like, what can I talk about? Obviously, I have not played D&D yet. So I don't know. And I can't really talk in theoreticals because, again, I don't know what we're going to do. So it's sort of like I need to be tenuous at what I say to not accidentally end up spoiling things, because my players do watch these videos. So I guess we can talk about something random. I'm not sure what's going on. Arshas Games, what's happening? Pokemon Champion launches to mixed reception. Performance woes and competitive changes turn some away. What's Pokemon Champions? It's got how does it have performance issues? That's a great question. It's a first party title. Oh, this is the new Pokemon Stadium equivalent, isn't it? Like competitive battling. Like what's different about it? Let's see. You can't 6v6. What? Oh, I see. They only have the doubles video game format. They don't have a singles video game format in here. Oh, the battle rules cannot be changed. Okay, interesting. And most of the Pokemon are not accessible. Okay, hold on. This feels like a really big oversight. If you want it to be a competitive Pokemon battling game, you kind of have to have all the Pokemon available. That's a pretty big thing. There's glaring omissions by held items like choice items. What? Huh. There's a monetization scheme? It's weird, you can get a battle pass and subscription, which are basically worthless. You're new. You get box spaces, but you can't buy the premium currency. Huh? What? Choice scarf is a life orb and weakness policy on. Huh? Interesting. That mode isn't really fun in practice. New folks are gonna. Okay. I thought singles format was actually 6v6. Apparently, it's not. A 6v6 what you bring free. Not having a custom play is kind of wild. This is not a game for casual play, IMO. If it's not a game for casual play, that's fair. It's interesting that it has a monetization scheme though, like this. What is a singles formality? Pokemon video game competition singles format. What we for 6. "2v2, what? Singles is an official format. True, 6v6 can take hours. Fair enough. But it's much faster paced. Okay, you know what? I never really thought about why singles isn't a thing, despite the fact that that's what the advertised one is. Pokemon Champions. I don't know. Oh. There's no way this doesn't get patched. Okay, I mean, it looks like it's running okay on here. This game is awesome. No guard, what's happening? Oh, one-hit KO stuff. I don't know. Interesting. And it has kind of surprised me actually that there wasn't a... Sorry, a little pause. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a official, like, battle sim game for Pokemon in the first place. Like, I know you have the official games and stuff, but they're not really the... I'm surprised there wasn't, like, a stripped-down version for battle sim, where you can, like, customize your IVs and EVs or something. Or, like, in a super accessible way. Because I'm kind of like, I don't know. I wonder if that should be part of Pokemon or not, right? I wonder how difficult it is as well. Min-maxing and that sort of thing. Well, I suppose it depends on like what part of the battle competition do you think is the competitive part? Is it the knowledge and strategy part, like only the parts in the game, or is it the team building? But the team building itself, like what part of the team building? Is it the conceptual part of the team building, or the actual grunt work you need to do for team building, of getting good EVs, good IVs, etc, etc? I don't know. Like, clearly it must not be an issue for actual competitive Pokemon players, so I'm not going to try and tread on their ground. I don't know anything about it, but it just kind of feels a bit weird, like, because like I'm trying to think from a perspective of like, what if you want to try and get casual people more into competitive, right? It's sort of like you were trying to get like a rank mode or something going on. Surely you'd want to like lower the entrance barrier, because if you're already a veteran, getting perfect EVs, or not perfect, but good enough EVs and IVs are the ones which matter. Probably you can already do pretty easily. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe in newer games it's actually a lot easier to get IVs and EVs. But I feel like if you wanted to get casuals into it, then you would have to have something in there which is like, okay, here you go. You can just get the catch Pokemon you want, and then now you can adjust for IVs and EVs or something in some sort of tool. To be fair, I think EVs should be reasonably easy, because I remember in Pokemon X, there was that thing, there was like some sort of training mode you could do where you could train the Pokemon in the EVs you wanted, right? And with IVs, I think that's something you can do with breeding, right? You find one with perfect IVs and then it inherits it, depending on what item it holds or something. Honestly, I don't recall. So who knows? Yeah. I actually remember when I played Pokemon X. I played it, and then like the first thing I did after catching any Pokemon was to basically do that EV training up to max, which is an awful idea, because that takes like 40 minutes or something, 1 hour or something per Pokemon, I think. Because it's like you gain 4 each time or something, right? And then it's like 250 stats. And it takes a heck of a long time to do it. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Pokemon. How hard is it to get perfect IVs? Just how hard is it to get though? Well, this is 13 years ago, which is not particularly relevant. Breed perfect IVs and EV trained Pokemon for BIS movesets. Beat all the Silver and Violet, no, Scarlet Violet content. Use an item printer. Use mirror herbs and use bottle caps to fix IVs. Run raids down in your downtime, especially Blissey raids. Take about 15 minutes to set up, and you can do a whole team under an hour if you've been stockpiling supplies. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Bottle caps to boost IVs and vitamins to boost EVs. What if you want to tank the IVs though? It's been simplified over the last few generations. Crazy. Terror raids, you can guarantee them. Your Destiny or not, I remember that. You can also do that with nature. Bottle caps. But I'm surprised that there's not a way to just have like an adjustable slider, because I know there are cases where you want like no speed IVs, right? If you do like a trick room team. But what if you want some very specific calculations? Like you want to be slow enough for your trick room team, but in the case that there's someone who can counter trick room, you need like 3 IV or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that this necessarily is a market which needs to be filled. I don't know. I'm going to let the business do what the business does. I'm just kind of surprised, if anything. Because they have Pokemon Showdown, which is basically that. Like, why don't we have an official Pokemon Showdown? It's Pokemon Showdown, you just be like, okay, what do you want? You pick a Pokemon and you pick IVs and you pick EVs. I guess you might, I think, probably a stronger argument is like, it feels very sort of clinical when you do that, right? You don't have, the whole point of Pokemon is like, you catch a Pokemon, you get a bond, and then you take that team to victory, is the idea. And if you skip out the entire process of actually, you like, catching it and building a bond with it, I suppose, or the tribulations you need to necessarily go to actually perfect it, it just becomes a number of stats, which is probably not how they want to end up portraying Pokemon. I don't know. It just feels like there's probably some sort of in-between there. I wonder. Anyway, maybe the competitive Pokemon team don't even care about the community, don't even care about that, which is totally fair. I'm just thinking from the perspective of someone who I'm a casual, and I was like, what if I wanted to get into competitive Pokemon? Well, I guess I'd use Pokemon Showdown, which is totally fine. But it's like, I'm surprised it's not an official Pokemon Showdown, which now we've gone full circle, haven't we? What do I mean to say about all this? I don't really know, to be honest. That's just kind of it. I think I'm just going to round this episode up here, because I have nothing more to say. I'm just curious. There's not like an official battle sim. You know, I was thinking about a trading card game as well, to be honest. But I guess the point of a trading card game is you kind of want them to collect all the cards and spend money on it, rather than just be like, okay, you can just build a perfect deck just by selecting which cards you want or need. I don't know. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dazzling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.